What's going on, guys? It's John finally with another Lego Minecraft video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the church in the minifig scale. So first off, I'm going to start off with the base plate. You don't have to use a base plate, but I'm just going to use one. And then I'm going to get a bunch of 2x4 bricks. And since this is going to be a really long video, I'm just trying to speed up the process. So these are all 2x4 bricks. So you'll just lay them out like so. You can pause the video if you need to, but this will be our base for the church. So I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to get another layer. I'm just doing this by layers so it's easier for you and for me, and I can speed the video up because it's going to be a long video. This thing's pretty massive. So there's the next layer, and again, this is all 2x4 bricks. The only difference in this layer and the next one and the last one is this is moved back one to create a little staircase. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the pieces together. Alright, so there's the second layer for the church. So I'm just going to show you what I did, just so that if you get lost, you'll know exactly what's going on. So there's the base. So most of these are 2x4 and 2x6 bricks in dark bluish gray. I'm just pushing them down. So this is the base of the church. So this is what it should be looking like. And then those are the dimensions for the church. So if you need to pause the video, there you go. And then right in the front there's a little staircase that Steve can go up into the church. And then the next layer is going to be a bunch of plates. So I'll just go ahead and bring you through this one. So this is an 8x8 dark bluish gray plate, and I'm going to put it right here in the front of the church. And then next I'm going to get a 2x8 dark bluish gray plate, and I'm going to put that right next to it. And then a 2x, let's see, 12 I think it is, and I'm going to put that right there. And then another plate, you can count how big that is by just pausing the video. Then another of the long plates. And then finally a 2x8 dark bluish gray plate. And if you need to, I'll post all the pieces in the description below. So if you need help finding what piece or how many pieces you'll need to make this, it'll be in the description. So the next layer is going to be a few bricks. So this is what that will look like. You can count how many pieces there are and which ones you'll need. These are all dark bluish gray bricks. So I'm just gonna put them on. So now that we put the pieces on, I'm gonna show you what I did. So I'm gonna start moving this piece over so that there will be a little gap underneath the wall right there, and that's going to be on both sides. And then on the back I'm just filling it in like normal, and then kind of in the middle I'm starting some of the stairs that are in the back, and right in the front I'm making 2x2 pillars that are going to be in front of the door. So that is the fourth layer, and then here's the fifth layer. So there's a little bit of an indent right there, because in order to put a piece there it has to be hanging on to here. So that's what those are. So it's kind of like a layer and a half put into one, and then most of the layer right there is the same. So that's what the next layer is going to be. So I'm going to put the pieces on. So there's that layer. So as you can see, there are some stairs starting to form in the front. So that'll be a little staircase in the back of the church. And then now that those pieces are there, you can see the overhang for the church right there. And then in the back, I'm just continuing to build up. So there's that layer. So now we're going to keep building the stairs, and we're going to add a door. So here is the next layer, and as you can see, there's a door for the church. So I'm going to show you how that's made. So first off, you'll need 2 brown 1x4 plates, and then 2 medium dark flesh 1x2 bricks, and then another 1x2 brick right there. And this one is one of the swivel pieces. This piece is included in the first night set, all this door part, but this one is just an added, so you might need one of those swivel dark bluish gray pieces. But other than that, the door is made exactly the same. These 2 are 1x1 brown plates, and then 2 jumper plates right there, and then a little hinge. And then you can kind of see how the rest is made. These cylinder parts will just go into one of the tubes on the bottom right there. So then that will be the door right there. And then when you're done with the door, you're just going to plop that down right there. So there's the door to the church, and then the rest of the layer here is right here. So pause if you need to. And then right here we're going to start making windows. So the window pieces that I'll be using are the 1x2 clear bricks. And you can get a lot of those in some of the Minecraft sets, so if you don't have enough, you can borrow, or I guess you can go to Bricklink or some place to buy them. So there's the next layer, so I'm going to add the pieces. Alright, there we go. So there's the next layer. So as you can see, now we have a door on the front, and it can open and close if you need it to. And then right here we're going to start putting the windows on. So the way you'll do that is you're going to indent them a little bit. So you're going to put them on the inside studs of the space right there. And then that one you'll do like that. And then as you can see now, there are some stairs coming up the side of, or the back of the church. And then we're just building up the walls. So there's that layer, and the next layer is basically a continuation of the last layer. So we're going to make more windows, and then the backs are going to be weird because we're going to add the stairs so that they're going to just kind of blend in with the wall. So you may need some smaller pieces right there, like the 1x4s and the 2x6 and 2x2s. So there's a blueprint of the next layer. If you need to pause the video, there you go. So we're all done with that layer. So now as you can see, the windows are starting to come up the side of the church. And we still have that door. And then we're still building up the walls. And then this is all one piece in the back. And then in the back of the church, you can see the stairs blend in real nicely. So there are a few stair pieces that are there now. And then the next one, we're going to add more windows in the back. So you'll add these windows, as well as you're going to keep building up those windows right there. So there's a blueprint of the next layer if you need to pause the video. Alright, so sorry that got out of focus, but there we go. So now we're building up the windows right there, so they'll be nice and tall. And now we're adding some new windows on the side, as well as a big one in the back. So that's how that will look. And then the next layer is going to be pretty much, or maybe even an exact replica of the last. So if you need to pause, you can pause the video right there, and then I'll go ahead and put this together. Alright, so there's the next layer of the church. So these windows are all done. So you have two really tall windows on the sides, and then as well as some small windows in the back, and then a wide window in the very back. So those are all the windows for a church, and then you're all done with those windows. And then the next layer is going to be the end of the first part of the church, since the next few parts are going to be detachable. So the next part, I'll move this out of the way, is going to have some tiles as well as some bricks with some overlaps. So the next big part will attach onto these corner bricks right here, and then the other part will go real nicely with the plates and corner plates as well as the tiles, so that's pretty easy to come off. So there's a blueprint of the next layer. If you need to pause the video, and I'll go ahead and put them on. Alright, so that is the end of the first part of the church. Good job, guys. So now you can see the church is going together pretty well. So we've built up all the walls on the side as well as added the windows, and then we've got the top part, which has some places where the roofs can attach. So one part of the roof will attach by these studs, and then the other part will attach to these studs, and then the smooth plates or tiles will make it easy to come off. And then the door, because of the tile, will now close shut, so it won't like bend in if you've been doing that. So now it'll go out to the maximum, and then it will close right there. So there's the first part of the church. So now we'll start the second part. Alright, so the next section we're going to build is the second story for the church. So here's a blueprint of the first two layers of the second story. So first I'm going to get a few plates. I'm trying to hold on right there. Okay, I'm going to get a few plates like that. So you'll get a big one right there, you can count how big it is, and then a small one right there, as well as two corner plates. And then for the ladder, the first ladder, I'm going to get a brown ladder piece and a dark gray one of those pieces, and then I'm going to put it in that space right there. So that's the next layer. And then I'm going to add bricks on top of that layer, and then we'll be able to take it off. So I'm going to put the bricks on. So when you're done with that, you'll have something looking like this. When you make this part with the ladder, you want to make sure that you have a 2x6 so that it can hold everything together and also stick onto the main base plate. So there you go, you'll have the dimensions right there. You can just take a pause if you need to look at that. And then you'll have the ladder sticking out. So now that we have that, we can grab our first part of the church, and then we can add this part to it. So we're going to put the ladder like that, and then you can just put it on like so. So there you are, you'll have the first part of the second story of the church, and then whenever you need to, when this is done of course, you can take the church part, the second story part right off, right there, thanks to those tile plates. So the next part we're going to do is to add on the second part of the roof, because there's going to be a roof right here too that you're going to have to build on. So first you're going to have some bricks to build up the wall again, and then you'll have this big part right here. I'll explain it to you. So we're going to have some plates on the top. You can count the dimensions right there, and then you're going to put 2x4 bricks all the way around underneath that, and then underneath that you're going to put two 2x6 plates, and then you're going to fill in the sides with a plate, and then as well as one side you're going to add a 1x6 plate just to fill in the holes, because when you put this on, there's a little hole in between this floor and underneath the roof part right here, so I just put one of those right there just to fill in the hole. So when you're done with that, you're going to attach each corner of the roof onto one of the corner bricks right there. And so all four corners will have a brick to attach onto. So then it will snap in right there, and then there you go, you have the second part. So when you remove this roof, you can also remove this roof because they'll be built together. And I'll show you how that's going to be done right there. So now that you have the second part, we're going to add these bricks. So just a bunch of 2x4 bricks. And you can easily pause the video and see it's six 2x4 bricks, and then I'm just going to add them real quick. Alright, so once you're done with that, you're going to make sure that you did not build anything on the corners, because these corners will be empty. So there you go right there. And then next we're going to add the windows, and the windows on all four sides of the church. So I'm going to move this out of the way so that you can see this. So these four layers are all exactly the same thing, so I just piled them up for you guys. So all the corners are 2x2 dark bluish gray bricks, and then all the windows are the 1x2 clear bricks that we saw earlier. So you're just going to use those. So I'll stack them onto the church real quick. Alright, so once you got that done, now you can see all four windows on the church. So these will be the big windows that are on the second story, and you will build onto this back part right there. So once you get them connected, you'll be able to take this whole part off in one piece. Hopefully, sometimes it doesn't come all in one piece, but if you do take it apart carefully, it will come off in one piece. So this is where you'll be. And then next, we're going to add a bunch of bricks onto the top of that. And then similar to how we did this part, we're going to add corner pieces in the corner so that the roof can attach onto all those corners. But there's one exception to the corners, because you're going to add a piece, but I'll show you later. So I'm going to add these bricks, or if you need to pause the video, there you go. And I'll add these bricks to the church. So got those pieces put together. So one thing I want to point out about this layer is that one corner does not have a corner brick piece, it just has two 1x1s. The reason for that is that a ladder is going to be right there, and if you put the corner piece, the ladder won't be able to attach onto there. So that's why that one corner only has 1x1 bricks instead of a corner. But other than that, you'll have the corner bricks. So next we're going to add another ladder, as well as some tiles and 1x1 plates. So I'll just take the ladder off, you get the point. So you can just take a pause, and then you can see what's there. Alright, so I got all those tiles put on, and here's what the final product will look like of the second story part. So I added the next ladder right there, and then I put the tiles on as well as the plates. And as you can see in the corner with the ladder, that's how that goes together. So instead of just one with the corner, you'll have two 1x1 plates there with no corner, just so that the roof can hold on to it. So next we're going to do the next part of the roof, so the final roof layer. And here's what the final roof will look like. So here are a bunch of plates, so I'll just explain it to you. So this is a, let's see, 12x12 platform that is 3 plates thick with a little hole in the side, so you'll get that little 4x4 hole right there for the ladder. And then once you're done with that, you're going to add 4 2x2 plates on the sides for the corners. So I'll let you pause for that. So you'll get your plates all around that 4x4 square so that Steve can come up through the ladder right there. So once that's all done, you'll get 4 of these pieces, and these are all a bunch of pieces. So this is 4 2x4 pieces right next to each other. And then two 2x2 bricks connecting the two, and then when you got that piece, you'll just put it right there. So one right there, another one right there, and then you'll just keep going around. So there's the roof. So now that you're done with the roof, you're going to make sure that you got the 4x4 space, and then you're going to add it right on top of the church. There we go. There's the Lego Minecraft minifig scale church, and here's what the size comparison is to Steve. As you can see, it's pretty big. So now Steve can have adventures in the church, and then you can open the door and let Steve go in as well. Now you can take the roof part right here off. You can take that off so that Steve can go in here, and as well you can take this entire part right here, and then you, your Steve can go right in there. So whew, wow, that was a long video. Thanks so much for watching. Give yourself a nice pat on the back if you did watch through the whole thing. That's amazing. Let me know which Minecraft building you want to see made next, and I'll send it your way soon. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a favorite, as well as a comment letting me know which building you want to see made next. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.